Libra, happy birthday. It's officially your birthday season. This is Ariel, your tarot translator, and I'm here to do a timeless love reading for the sign of Libra. And we are going to start off with one of our major arcana decks. So let's just pick out one card for the overall energy of this reading. I hope you guys are looking forward to your birthday celebrations. If it's already passed, I hope it was an enjoyable one. Let's see here. What wants to pop out for Libra? Thank you. All right. So the very first card that you got, Libra, is the Magician. Please forgive my nails. I'm going to get my nails done today. I broke one. So Magician, what does Magician talk about? Magician talks about, what are you manifesting? What are you calling in? It's talking about somebody who's got the ability to see in their mind's eye what they want to bring to fruition for themselves, and then also has the ability to not just manifest, but to follow through with that and to take the actionable steps that need to happen to make that happen. So whether that be romantically or in a business endeavor, the Magician shows that there are definitely some visions you have for yourself that you are actively working towards progressing with. So I pulled out one oracle card for you. It's this beautiful card here. It says, "Only time will tell." So these are just some of the overlying messages that are going to be reflected back onto towards the end of this reading. But for now, I'm going to pick out another oracle card. And actually, this is going to be a numerology card. So this is going to give me some insight into what message the universe might have for you right now. You got the number 0550. The eye candy, intuition, inspired action, beauty, art, socializing, flow, potential, romance. Get some fresh air, or call some of your old pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. And there's your card right there so that you can take a look at it. So it sounds like you are very attractive in this moment, Libra. There's going to be attention, perhaps, of new people coming your way. Again, that doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can also be, new business opportunities coming forward. It could be that, you are manifesting some new exciting experiences coming your way. Maybe you've been complacent for a little while, and now that it's your season, you're starting to feel like yourself again. Interesting. What came out is the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. So this is card number 24. 4, 5, 6. 6 has to do, sometimes in tarot, you can see the 6 as moving forward, progressing towards calmer waters. You can see it as victory after a long battle. But when I see the card of the galactic mushroom, I think of, someone who has been in a state of sort of growth, but slow growth. Someone who's been sort of in incubation mode, right? And who's just about to start sprouting this new life, this new energy. So it's interesting that you have the Magician, and then again, that there's like an overlying theme here with the cards that we have so far, with the Magician, the galactic mushroom, the inspired action, beauty, flow, potential, romance, and then only time will tell. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a new relationship. You could be potentially in a current relationship, and just some new life is going to be brought into it here in the near future. So let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what comes out. I'm going to do a traditional past, present, future spread, clarify the cards, and then get some advice. Also look into what your challenge is and what your potential, what you don't see coming. Remember that this is a generalized reading, so some of it may not necessarily resonate with you. Take what does and leave what doesn't. Let's go ahead, jump in and get started. I'm just going to do another shuffle here. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups in the recent past. In the current energy for Libra, please, we've got Judgment. We've got Hanged Man. And we've got Justice. Okay, some synergy there with Judgment and Justice. And then in the coming future energy, what do we have for Libra, please? Thank you. Page of Wands, followed by 2 more, please. The Moon, and one more card here. We've got the 4 of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing so far here is in the recent past, well, first of all, let's just go ahead and grab what you don't see coming from the bottom of the deck. You've got the Queen of Wands energy, which is a very attractive queen. The Queen of Wands is A queen who can be very flirty, she can be very sensual, this can be interchanged. If you're a male tuning in, this can also be a King of Wands exchanged for the Queen of Wands energy. But essentially it talks about somebody who's very open-minded. She can be very flirtatious, she can be very beautiful. And then the challenge being the Six of Cups. So some nostalgia, memories, indulgence. It can talk about, pleasure seeking. It mainly, for me, the Six of Cups as a reader is always talking about like, especially in the space of challenge, it talks about an energy of like being extremely nostalgic about things of the past. That doesn't necessarily always have to be with your romantic partners. It can be with your, with your children. It can be with family members. It can be with a loved one that may have passed away. It can be a multitude of different things, but the Six of Cups as the challenge for me typically talks about a longing for certain things that were in the past. And with what you don't see coming as the Queen of Wands, we'll clarify that in a moment. In the recent past here, we have the Five of Pentacles to the Three of Cups to the Two of Cups. So that talks about something here in the recent past for you. I think we were talking about a relationship here. There was a relationship that once brought the Three of Cups energy. So from the Two of Cups to the Three of Cups, there was a relationship here that, felt like emotional balance and felt like a relationship that was in a space of love and harmony. It can also talk about repairing relationships. So with the Three of Cups being, again, in a loving relationship, loving freely, loving in abundance and joy, it can talk about how, your cup runs over with like goodness, the celebrations. It is Libra season. Your birthday either has recently passed or is coming up soon. And so the Three of Cups can very much be a celebration card. But with the Two of Cups here and the Five of Cups, I'm feeling like there's something that happened in the recent past where there was some stagnation, some tension that was building. There may have been a material loss in something in your personal life. However, with those worries and setbacks, what's prevailing here is the Two of Cups to the Three of Cups. So we're going to clarify that in a moment. In the recent or in the current energy, we've got the Judgment, the Hangman, and the Justice. So with the Judgment, we're talking about things like, here's the Judgment card so you can see it. Redemption, rebirth, an awakening. It can talk about a call to action. It is very much a card of, things working out in your favor, followed by the Hangman, things that you've been contemplating for quite some time here. So whether this be a romantic relationship, something that involves work, something that involves friendship, something that involves, again, children, or whatever area of your life that this may be pertaining to, the Hangman really talks about breaking patterns and letting go of looking at things from a stagnant place and looking at things from only one angle. So you're taking the time to look at things from all the angles, and then with the Judgment, having an awakening, knowing with your intuition that things are going to work out in your favor, followed by the Justice here, which talks about balance. And Justice is the card of Libra. So funny enough, you are getting your own card in your reading, which often happens in my readings. Channeling for a specific group of the collective. It's just funny how often like their particular card will come out. So Justice is the Libra card traditionally in the tarot. And it talks about like balance, equilibrium, like karmic balancing. And it can talk about things working out like sort of in your favor, things that have been done in an unjust way, coming back into realignment. So let's clarify that in a moment. In the coming, most recent coming energy that we have coming your way, you've got the Page of Wands to the Moon with the Four of Swords. So the Page of Wands talks about, new projects. It can talk about communication. It can be something like messages, text messages coming in. Page of Wands energy can also talk about communication from somebody you haven't spoken to in a while. If you're feeling like there's somebody or just opening the lines of communication more authentically with somebody that you are currently in a relationship with or a situationship with. But with the Moon here, it seems to me like there's some secrets that might need to be exposed, or that there are some feelings that haven't been completely brought to light, whether it's from you or the person that you're dealing with, that are, going to be in communication with you soon. The Four of Swords talks about healing. So maybe the messages that are coming in for you with the Moon and the Page of Wands are something that will require this relationship to go through a moment of healing to overcome. So let's clarify our three most recent past energy cards. We have the Knight of Swords, followed by the Death card, followed by the King of Pentacles. So the Knight of Swords talks about sudden changes. It can talk about, it's also Libra energy, funny enough, but it talks about like fast actions, right? So something coming in, like this Five of Pentacles is here clarified by the death. So Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, death being a rebirth energy. Maybe in the recent past, some sort of relationship that you thought was really going to go the distance started to crumble in a way. Maybe it needed some realignment. Maybe it flat out ended. I'm not getting a sense that for everyone that I'm tapping into, it's like an ended relationship. I'm getting a sense of like, for a period of time there was some stagnation within a relationship that you were in. For others, I'm getting that that vision of like something that has ended. To the King of Pentacles, that's, the most stable king. He's the most financially successful king in the tarot. He's a person who's just very safe, very kind, very ambitious, has a lot of abundance, like I mentioned, and that's coming underneath the Two of Cups here. So there was a situation, whether it be King or Queen of Pentacles energy, maybe you're dealing with an earth sign, it doesn't have to be, but you could have been dealing with a situation where you felt like you and this person, King or Queen of Pentacles to the Two of Cups, were in harmony or in balance or realigning the relationship, because prior to that, there was a Five of Pentacles moment where one of you felt left out in the cold, but there was a rebirth there that happened. To the Three of Cups, Knight of Swords, we're talking about celebrations and quick, fast acting movements that happen. So people being a little bit spontaneous or taking actions maybe that aren't so well thought through. In the Judgment, the Hangman, and the Justice, we have the World, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Chariot. So clarifying the Judgment, we have the World, which talks about completions, possibilities, wholeness, success. So some sort of cycle that you were recently in, whether it be platonic, romantic, or in business, is coming to a rebirth, right? Is coming to an awakening, is coming to redemption, is coming to a new cycle if you choose to accept it and go into a new cycle with whatever it is that you're dealing with in the present moment. You know your story better than I do, but what comes out is a message of, hanged man, surrender, breaking patterns, maybe taking a moment to step back and say, okay, what's worked for me in the past, Six of Pentacles, isn't feeling reciprocal now in the present moment. I need more. I need extra words of affirmation. I need extra actions. I need more of what I'm giving to the relationship. Again, be it platonic, romantic, or business oriented. Justice to the Chariot talks about truth, equilibrium, karmic justice. It's again, Libra energy. And to the Chariot, which is very much Cancer and Moon energy, it talks about moving forward, victory, success, like divine timing, knowing which direction you want to go in. So after that moment of like the Hanged Man energy, finally feeling like, okay, I've taken the time to really digest what's going on in the present moment, and I know where I want to go moving forward. I know which direction I want to take on that Chariot. And my partner is in space of Six of Pentacles, reciprocal, justice, judgment, the World, willing to go in that direction with me or not. And if they are, it looks to me like, let's look at the current coming energy here. We have the Seven of Cups, the Star, and the Eight of Pentacles. So it looks like they are willing to come forward with you if you'll have them. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. And that is, again, it can be seen as air sign energy. And it talks about having truthful, honest conversations. So I wanted to finish clarifying before I moved into finishing my thought process with what I'm seeing here for the World, the Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot, to determine whether or not I feel like this is a situation where the current person that you're dealing with is willing to move forward with you in this relationship. And it seems to me like, although there was some confusion, Seven of Cups, Four of Swords, some confusion that required some healing to happen on the behalf of both of you, some maybe not necessarily secrets, because secrets can have a bad connotation to them, but let's say, not that it might not be secrets, but let's say that they're feelings, because to me it's coming more in as feelings, especially with the star behind it. So feelings that weren't being completely divulged, maybe for fear of how the person would react to those honest feelings, those raw feelings, maybe feeling like there was a sense of honesty but not full transparency. I'm getting something about communication, Eight of Pentacles, communication with the Page of Wands to the Eight of Pentacles, talking about communication regarding how are we moving forward together. If we're moving forward in this relationship, what things need to shift and be adjusted in order for this to feel like it is totally fulfilling both of us in this relationship. And with what we saw as the challenge was the Six of Cups, but what we didn't see coming was the Queen of Wands. What we didn't see coming is the Queen of Wands being clarified here by the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers to the Queen of Wands. So what you don't see coming is a sense of you becoming very attractive. And whether it's in this current relationship or in a new relationship, a lot of attention coming your way. You don't see that coming for some reason, even though you might feel after this eclipse season like something's changing, something's shifting, there's more clarity, the veil has been lifted off of your eyes, and you're able to see what you want and what you need with more specificity. Something about the fact that you don't see it coming, Six of Swords, moving towards smoother waters. So this is a really good thing to not see coming. That's a great thing to look forward to. Queen of Wands, the Lovers, and the Six of Swords. Again, gaining a lot of attention and recognition, be it in romantic spaces, be it in platonic spaces with your friend group, or being with business. You can talk about money coming your way, people choosing you, a specific partner stepping it up and choosing you. Six of Swords can talk about moving towards calmer waters. So again, if there was something here in the past, I don't see a tower or anything like that, but we did have the Death card under the Five of Pentacles, which can talk again about, like, in that recent past energy, there being a moment of, if we're honest, feeling sort of like, where is this going? Sometimes I feel alone. Sometimes I feel like it's not enough. Sometimes I feel like I need a rebirth in this situation. But in what you don't see coming, this person is choosing to move forward with you if you'll have them. And if not, there's a lot of suitors coming your way. So let's clarify your challenge being the Six of Cups for a moment here. Why is Libra's challenge the Six of Cups? Seven of Wands. So Six of Cups, Seven of Wands. That means, to me as a reader, it talks about having a lot of memories of the recent past. So maybe a relationship prior to this one that didn't work out. Seven of Wands being you sort of holding true to your boundaries and feeling like you needed to be on guard. And then Six of Wands, so 6 to the 7. And we've got two sixes here. We've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Six of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Wands. Well, the Six of Cups, again, talks about recent memories from the past. It can talk about the loss of a loved one from childhood, or someone that you loved dearly throughout your childhood that is coming up for you right now because of just, maybe it's your birthday and you're thinking about people that you've lost in the past. And then thinking about how, you've overcome some of that grief, because Six of Wands talks about victory, reaching goals, breakthroughs, and feeling sort of like exalted from some of those deeply emotional, stagnant feelings. Seven of Wands talks about your boundaries. So I feel like I'm reading for so many people right now because I'm getting so many different timelines and so many different options for what this could be. But in a relationship, I'm seeing this as Six of Cups, memories from a past relationship, be it this one in the recent past or one prior to that caused you, Seven of Wands, to have boundaries, to have firm boundaries, or to feel like you couldn't fully expose your heart, or that you couldn't fully expect all that you, Queen of Wands, know you deserve, because in the past, there was this feeling of like, something or someone has hurt me in the past, and I don't necessarily know how to completely let myself be open and not feel on guard anymore, because I still hold on to some of these feelings where those previous hurts and betrayals, or feelings of, unfairness and imbalance made me feel like I sort of had to put this wall up on my heart so I don't get hurt. But Six of Wands in your challenge talks about how you really need to start thinking of putting some more effort into moving towards those calmer waters, breaking down some of those boundaries and letting your heart be open, and letting people in, but using your discernment, your intuition. Obviously, it's okay to have those memories from the past that you're holding on to in some capacity. They're there to serve you, right? We learn from the past, and we typically learn from our hardest lessons. So it's okay to use all of that, but we want to move forward. We don't want to stay in stagnation. So let's just get a couple of cards here for advice for you. And I'm going to stick with the same deck. Let's get some advice for Libra, please. So we've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Sun, Two of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So interesting, because we have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles correlate a lot with each other. One talks more about like the 3D energy, Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold in a very physical sense, like something making you feel distant from either a partner or a situation. And then Five of Cups is more of like the 5D. It's the soul plane. It's the emotional space. So something feeling disconnected, but from an emotional level. One's 3D, one's 5D. I hope you're understanding the difference there, but they are very much similar cards. In the advice that the universe has for you right now, Libra, we're talking the Nine of Cups, the Sun, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles. So the Nine of Cups is very much like, it's success, it's universal joy. It's like in the traditional tarot, it's a woman who's got her Nine of Cups surrounding her. She's got a falcon on her arm. She's a bad be, you know, she's got her wish fulfillment. She's done so much work on the inside, manifesting what she wants, that she's obtained it. She's obtained that sun, right? So the sun is very much often referred to as the happiest card in the deck. It does represent Leo energy. It's warmth, it's manifestation, it's enlightenment. It's saying, okay, your advice here is to focus on what do you really want? Know that you deserve what you want. When you know that what you want also wants you and is already meant for you, it's already happened, you realize that the sun isn't in some distant horizon. It's like already there with you. Two of Pentacles talks about making a choice, and on the other side of Two of Pentacles, so if on one side of the Two of Pentacles we have the sun and the Nine of Cups, then on the other side of the Two of Pentacles, in your situation here in the advice, we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, which can talk very much about holding on, Four of Cups energy, grasping and holding on very tightly to what you have, or feeling like you're missing certain opportunities. And the Four of Pentacles, again, you're talking 3D versus 5D energy, but similar to the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, you're talking about how one is earth plane, one is soul plane. Four of Cups being, my apologies, and Four of Cups being more of the soul plane energy. So the energy, the feelings of missed opportunities. And then the Four of Pentacles being feelings or 3D real world energy of protecting your lot, for example, protecting your assets, of manifestation, of holding on to what you have. So I'm getting this feeling right now, because the Two of Pentacles is in the middle of these two very different cards. You've, again, Nine of Cups, independence, the sun, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, feeling sort of like missed opportunities, feeling sort of kind of like that Five of Cups energy of like, I don't really want this. Traditionally in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you see the Four of Cups as a person who's sitting under a tree, and it's literally like a hand giving them a full Ace of Cups and saying, here, what are you sad about? I've got everything you need right here in this cup. And they're like, no, but I don't want that cup. I want this other cup that I'm like, you know, perseverating about in my head. And that cup just like isn't doing it for me in the moment. And then Four of Pentacles, I'm just holding on, really deeply rooted into like whatever I currently have, I really want to hold on to. Two of Pentacles saying, let's make a choice between these two things as the advice. Maybe we integrate all of it. Maybe there's a world where we can have all four. But I'm strongly feeling like there is the advice here from the universe is more or less like, let's focus more on what you need right now. It's Libra season. It's your time. It's your time to shine. It's your time for the sun. It's your time to not be shy, to say, I need more. It's your time to not hold on so much to the past that you're just willing to stay in stagnation and accept things as they've always been. It's okay to stir things up a little bit and ask for more if you feel that you need it. Okay, so that is the overall messages that I have for you, Libra. This is a really interesting reading. It seems to me like you're in a situation right now where there's some imbalance that needs to be realigned. You are the card of justice. You are the card of balance. You are the card of, in the tarot, you are, and in astrology, you are the scales, right? You are fairness. You are equal give and take. You are reciprocity. And I think that's something that's coming through that's really important to you. You do have a Two of Cups soulmate here that you're working with, but there's something here that needs a little bit of a tweak. You've got the Lovers and the Two of Cups in this reading. So that's double confirmation that you're dealing with, you know, a very serious soulmate in your life, somebody who is absolutely divinely meant to be here, to teach you something, to be with you, whether it's through the long term or, you know, for a season. But there's things that need to be realigned within you or within this relationship, even if it's just little tweaks. Even if you're like, oh, Ariel, you know, our relationship's been better than ever lately. Great. That's awesome. Then, you know, most of this reading probably isn't for you, but there's something that you'll gain out of this if you really allow yourself to meditate on it and think about, like, even if things are going great in my relationship in the current space, is there anywhere that I feel like I could speak up a little bit more about what I need, so that this relationship or situationship or platonic friendship or business endeavor feels really truly aligned with me, who I am, where I'm going, and what I need. Not being afraid to ask for what you need. I'm going to grab one more card from this deck because I'm being called to do it to close out the reading here. Let's see what you got. Stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. That is a really beautiful card. And again, that card is the number 6. And with galactic mushroom, 4 + 2 is 6. So you've got double confirmation of 6s here, moving forward. Sky's the limit, you know, limitless possibilities. Again, you've got somebody there who's definitely meditating, manifesting, and seeing everything that they want for their future. And with the Magician being the very first card that you got out of this reading, that's again telling me that it's all sort of correlating. It's all coming together. It's all saying, you know, in time, you are going to be somebody who, you know, has that sense of flow, has that sense of your intuition has guided you towards those calmer waters and towards that betterment, towards that higher version of yourself. You're on your way to all of those things. So Libra, this is what I have for you. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. On that note, happy birthday, sending you love and light. Bye.